What's going on, YouTube fam? This your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of Hood Tales, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. Definitely watch this video to the end to hear the full story and all the details in the case. For all the day one fam, welcome back. Y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Let's get right into the story. Beef and retaliation goes hand in hand. The you take mine, I come and take three of yours mentality. I won't sit here and act like that's a new thing, because people have been sliding for their slain loved ones forever, especially if they know who did the hit. But nowadays, it gets crazy and lawless. I have heard situations of a 9-year-old boy getting lured in an alley and hit over something his father did, or a grandmother getting hit over her grandson's beef. But the new thing is sliding on funerals of so-called ops or candlelight vigils, because they feel like they could catch a friend or family member slipping and up the score, as the hoppers like to say, like murder is a video game. It's a new culture where everybody is so desensitized. We hear about hits or see people losing their lives live on the internet, and for some, sadly, that's entertaining. But in real life, in real time, the price of life is getting cheaper and cheaper every year. And some street beefs go so deep, when a person does something so crazy, even the toughest gangsters shake their heads. And on this episode of Hood Tales, we will be taking it to Killeen, Texas, to discuss a case involving a mother that was slain while visiting her son's gravesite on his birthday. Miss Yolanda Nagogia was born on December 29th, 1969 in Chicago, Illinois, before her family relocated south to New Orleans, where she attended Marion Abramson High School. After graduation, she would go for her bachelor's degree in human resources while joining the military, and in 1992, Yolanda married her husband, and the young couple would have 3 kids, including Amir Nagogia. The young couple made it all the way for 11 years before the two split and decided to remain friends and co-parent their kids. Yolanda kept going in her life and career, traveling, raising her kids, and excelling in the United States Army and Army National Guard, going overseas on tours and everything. And by the 2020s, she had been serving for over 20 years and planned to retire in 2022. By this time, the family had made it all the way to Killeen, Texas, and Yolanda was now 52 years old with grown kids and even grandkids. We all know sometimes as teenagers and young adults, kids make mistakes. Amir, who was the middle child, will find himself in a little trouble back in 2020. Allegedly, the young man got into a situation with a family member over a video game controller. On September 10th, 2020, Killeen police responded to a call on the 300 block of Orion Drive. After a call of shots fired. While heading to the location, police heard commotion about a house being shot up on East Vega Street. A man told authorities a family member came to his house and shot at him over a dispute, and he also returned fire. The man stated Amir texted him earlier that day asking to borrow a controller. When he refused, the young man allegedly got mad and asked, "What, you want to shoot it out or something?" before pulling up, and the 2 men argued and shots went off. After this, police tracked down Amir from a GPS monitoring device he had on from an assault charge he caught earlier that year. He was on bail at the time for that incident, but police was able to determine Amir was at the location because of his device showed he was there at the time of the shooting. He was later arrested and his bail was set again for $100,000. He would eventually get out and keep living life as a young man, trying to find a path and going through growing pains. But unfortunately, at just 21 years old, on New Year's Day, 2022, Amir passed away. His cause of death wasn't revealed, but his family was left to grieve. especially his mother, Yolanda, who at the time had a fiance that was only a few months from retiring and traveling and enjoying life. But that was put on hold, as her and Amir's father had to lay their son to rest. As the family tried to restructure their life, a few months went by, and Amir's birthday was coming up, in which Yolanda made plans with her family and friends to go to the gravesite to visit Amir. And on March 22nd, 2022, the mother went to be with her son. Yolanda went to Calvary Baptist Church Garden of Memories Cemetery in Killeen, Texas, where her and her friend got out not long after. According to sources, while the mother and family members were grieving, a car pulled up and shots went off, striking her and her friend as well. The vehicle then drove off. Local police got a call to the cemetery and responded about 5 p.m. They found Yolanda and her friend both wounded. They both were rushed to a local hospital where the friend survived the injuries, but unfortunately, 52-year-old Yolanda would pass away a few hours later on her son's 22nd birthday. Her ex-husband, kids, and family were devastated as they consider her a strong black queen. Amir's father would go on social media to express his pain for the loss of a son and mother of 3 of his children and ex-wife a few months apart, stating this can't be real and this is the stuff you see in movies. Also angrily asking, how y'all gonna hit a grieving mother at her son's grave? An investigation would start soon after to find out who is responsible for the reckless hit, and eventually a name will pop up: 17-year-old Christian Weston. The young man had previously been charged with handgun violations stemming from a traffic stop and had other active warrants at the time, but now he was charged with murder. A few days later, a second man was picked up also, a 20-year-old named Mario Moore. Family and friends took to social media to let it be known they wanted justice and capital punishment for both men, as it was alleged they targeted anyone visiting the gravesite that day. It is still unclear a motive on the situation or why Yolanda was hit, and Christian and Demario are innocent until proven otherwise, as the case has not made the trial yet. Rest in peace to Amir and Yolanda. I send my deepest prayers and condolences to the family. I'm not sure what beef could take it to the point a 17-year-old and 20-year-old would crash out like this on a 52-year-old woman that wasn't involved in any street activity. Rest in peace to Amir, but hypothetically speaking, if he did something to somebody before he passed away, now that he's gone, that wasn't enough. Y'all had to slide on his mother as well. That's cold and heartless. I know the rules in the street for every generation changes, but women and kids should get a pass. Now a family is facing a life sentence without their loved ones and losing a mother and son just months apart, and 2 young men possibly threw their lives away for some kind of get back. It's a wicked time we are living in, and the streets are getting ruthless. Just stay out the way. And remember, we gotta succeed not to fail, so we won't be just another hood tale. Man, rest in peace Amir, rest in peace Yolanda. That's a crazy situation. I've been heard about this story, but I was so confused on what happened, man. But we see nowadays everybody getting targeted. It don't matter who you is. When his sister spoke out, she said it wasn't meant for their family. She's saying there was other people at the gravesite, friends and stuff like that. But man, even if that is the case, to pull up and do something like that while people grieving their loved ones, that's crazy to me. I understand gangster mentality and trying to go hard, and you take mine, I take yours, but you gotta draw a line somewhere in the sand. But yeah, y'all already know this is another episode of Hood Tales. Let me know what y'all think about the situation in the comments below. Keep it respectful. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. It's your boy Tony 2 times. It's all love, fam. I'm out.